Hello, my lovely spectators. Dee Dee here. Welcome to my studio. So you can see it is ABC April for 2026, hosted by Seven Plaza, crafted by Tony. This is blue because I took a picture of my TV screen. That's how excited I was, and I basically just printed it. I didn't wait for Seven Plaza to post it to her Ko-fi, which if you want a copy for your videos or to keep track if you're going to be joining in the fun, then by all means go to Margreth's Ko-fi shop. There should be a link to a printable of this little calendar. So Seven Plaza is doing her videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those are her usual days. Crafted by Tony does hers on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I believe those are her usual days, and everybody gets Sunday off. So I am doing all the days. I am currently in my 100-day project. April 1st should be my 32nd day straight of videos. So that's today. We're going to start with A. So we're going to do acetate. Now, last year there were prompts. Last year, multiple letters, I believe, on one day, etc., etc. The only thing is stay to the day. So if you're doing A, it should post today, the 1st. If you're going to do J, it should post on the 11th. So that's the only thing that Margreth mentioned. Also, of course, using the hashtag. There's not going to be a playlist per se of anything, but if you're going to be doing them, make yourself a playlist, link that sucker at the end of your videos, and, you know, keep it going. So search it up, show us all some love. That would be fabulous. And so, as I was saying, the letters are what we need to do. Now, whether we look for a thing like acetate or a process like, say, for example, binding, then, you know, it has to hit on there. For me, it had to be one or the other. It couldn't be like blue flowers, right? I wouldn't put that on B. I would be using flowers, so I would put that on F. That's just me. So when you come to see my videos, it should be either something that is the item or the actual process. So let's get into it. Acetate. Acetate was like the only word. Oh my God, I had ChatGPT. I had everybody trying to find me words, right? So I'm using some oldie but goodie transparency film. So as you know from my bio, and I've said it in other videos, I'm a math teacher. Back in the days, we would have transparency overhead transparency machines we had to stand in front of, etc., etc. It was a whole thing. And we could eventually print on copiers, black and white. If we were using our markers, we would get some color. So you can see that some of this is already quite tinged from being part of that old time situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, well, I'm not going to want to deal with that. So I'm going to take, let's just take 2 sheets for now. And I want to make, of course, something with acetate. What, may you ask? Well, I want to do pockets. How do we do clear pockets? I don't know. Well, I have an idea. So there was a couple different ways that I could have gone about this, right? So you could put the pocket on paper, like make a pouch or something like that. You could try to glue it to the thing, which I guess is what you would have to do at that moment. But I wanted to be able to kind of like make pockets that I could have and chill on the other side and part of my stash. And if I wanted to do a see-through pocket, then I could absolutely pull it out of my stash and go with the flow. So I'm using this, and I'm using, where is it? Some coffee dyed paper, because I think that's a good standard that a lot of us will use in our, trying to grab a sheet in our thing. So my coffee dyed paper is grunge. I have gotten better at trying to make it not look this dark. I particularly love this, but not everybody is a fan, I guess, maybe of this darkness. So I'm learning how to change it up. I'm also learning how to add patterns and stuff like that. So we shall see. Okay, so first off, I want to cut these guys into standard size pockets. Now, most of my journals are 6x9. I build off of a Crunch and Munch box, which is like perfect. Well, 6x8.5, which is perfect because you take an 8.5 by 11 sheet, you fold it in half, and then you're good to go. So what I want to do is I want to just make something that I know. So if you have a good standard that you love, then by all means. So I'm going to cut them in half by 5. So it's going to cut them into 5.5. So I'm going to take my little trimmer and I'm going to put them, I'm going to cut both of them at the same time. So I'm going to put this up to 5.5. And I'm going to cut them in half. There we go. So now I have something that's going to fit across my pockets of my journals, pretty standard. So I also need to figure out what I want to do in terms of the height. I like a deep pocket, but not something that's going to take over. So I usually will do something around 3 inches. So if I do 3 inches, then I could do 2 at 2.5, and I'll be able to get 6 pockets from a sheet of paper. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see if I can cut 4 in one shot. Okay, so we're going to cut all of these at 3. Let's see if it'll do 4 sheets of acetate at 3. So 3 inches. Okay. Oh, perfection. So these are 3 inches. And I need to remember that because I'm going to be doing some other stuff. So then 2, 3 inches. 2.25. Yeah, I'm gonna do 3 inches. I like 3 inches. So 3 inches again. And these will leave me at 2.25. So I can do pockets with that as well. That's not a problem. So now, what do we do from there? Well, if I want to make a pocket that's going to be able to be good to go, and I could just add whatever decoration I want to the front of it, then I need to somehow figure out how am I going to glue it, right? I know that if I glue it here, right, on the edge here, it's going to show in what I'm doing on the paper itself. So my idea is to cut strips of paper. So let's cut this into the same situation. We're going to do 5.5. Where is it? 5.5, right? And we're going to also cut at 3. Okay, let's do this side because this is a little crooked. At 3 as well. 3 and then another 3. So yes, I know that this is the exact same measurement as what we had as the height. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to cut, well actually let me bring the score thing in because I want to make my life a little bit easier. So let's see if this is going to work out for me. What I want to do is I want to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, lightly. Right? Is it scoring? I think it's not in. It's in. Let's see. Score at 1/2 inch. Are you scoring? What is going on? Oh, I hate this. I hate having to pop them. I think there it's in now. In and out. Again, I haven't complained in a while, but he could have given us a couple more inches so that that wouldn't have to be a thing. Okay, 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to skip the other half. Well, this cuts the paper actually, so here we go. We're gonna cut that off. I'm gonna score. I'm gonna go light at 1/2 inch, and then I'm gonna cut this off at 1 inch. Okay, and then again 1/2 inch. So I want the score to kind of help me to fold it nicely so it can match up, and then I want 1 inch. So I'm going to be kind of wrapping the page. You'll see in a minute. Let's just do one more. Okay. I don't want to treat this like a mass make, but my brain only functions that way because I don't want to be wasteful in terms of paper. So yeah, that's a thing for me. Let's go here. I'm just cutting off the last piece. Okay, so why did I do that? So here is a piece that's not folded. I would be trying to mess with this and I would be trying to fold this. Yes, I'm like the milk carton. You know, if you guys saw Friend when Joey had to open up the milk carton and was like, whatever. Like, or maybe, you know, I grew up in the hood. Yes, my channel is not for children. And so then I would be doing, okay, this, da da da, whatever. This maybe takes nothing to do, people may say, but I'm like, yeah, I know. But here, look. It's done. I scored it. So it's just like score, da 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 da, score, you know. And even though it cut a little bit, I am gonna still be gluing it, right? So this is already scored. Look how fast that was, right? To do. So I have 2, 4, 5. Let me just get one more. So I have 6, and then we'll do 3 pockets. Okay, and then, okay, so then now we have that scored. Okay, so we hit that. Now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to do that for later when I finish up the rest of the pockets. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch all the pockets. We're going to do the same thing on the 5-inch side. We're going to score lightly. Then we're going to cut this off, right? We're going to score again lightly. This works for me because I feel like coffee paper does get very brittle sometimes. Once you've done it, it changes the texture of the paper. But again, like I said, I'm not too concerned about it having some slices. So there we have 3. Okay, so pretty much that's, oopsie, sorry. Oh, you guys are so far up. Now I'm gonna bring you back down. Oh, that's so funny. So here we go. We have these, we have those. So like, yeah, no, miss, we can't see anything. These are my 2.5s, which I'll mess with later. And these are my 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So all I'm gonna do is get my glitter glue, because why not? And I'm going to attach this right here to the edge. And these are going to be my, like, I guess, mass make in my stash kind of situations, because I could then decorate these later, right? And I think the brown is, this coffee dyedness is kind of something that's a staple. And so it wouldn't seem too out of place when we're going to make the actual pocket. So I'm going to do one side. I'm going to do the other side. I'm just going to, you know, and if you notice that it's a little off because, you know, sometimes, you know, you're doing your trimming, then fix it as you need to. I'll show you what I mean. What happened to this one? Oh, that was the other paper that was 2.5. See, that's, you're not, I wasn't paying attention. Okay. There we go. Okay. So like, for example, you put this in your stash and you're like, oh, this is a little off. That doesn't bother me too much. So you can do that. Then we take the bottom pieces. Again, maybe one is a little more even than the other, but again, junk journal, irregularities, precision is important, but it's not going to be like that we're going to kill ourselves if it's a sliver off, in my opinion. Okay, so let me put this here. Okay, line this up there. Line this up here. And here's my acetate pocket that I'm going to put in my stash. Like that. Let's do another one. So see, this touched that. It's dried. I didn't take use to it. Let me see if I take something. So I have a wipey here. I don't know if it'll take it off because it's acetate or not. Let me see. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's just put that back there. These are only for crafting, so I stuffed it back in there because it's still nice and wet, and we will go from there. Okay, so again, let's just glue a couple. Now, I personally like the top edge to be open like that because I want there to still be like an obvious that it's an acetate pocket, right? Okay, so we got that. But if you wanted to do another one completely on the bottom, and one on the top and have it be like a complete frame, then that is up to you. That's your preference. So now when I did this, I could see that either side of these has a little bit off. Doesn't bother me. I'm gonna look at this one and see if it's a little off. It is. So this side is a little longer. So then I could kind of put it with whichever side is kind of longer to me on the other on the edges. So we'll pop this bad boy in here. Okay. Okay. It is kind of wide, so I feel like I probably needed a little more adhesive, but I'm going to treat that like the back. Okay, so we have the top, we have a side. We do need to bring him back in here and actually cut the correct one, which is this guy. So 1/2 inch, we're going to do a light score, and then 1 inch we're going to cut, and then why not? I'm going to just use this up right now. Here's another one. Score. And then score. And cut. That's one more. Let's see here. Let's score. Cut. Okay. So we have this, and we need one more. We don't need no sympathy. There's nothing you can say. Oh, oopsie. Fail. Abject failure, but that's okay. We're just gonna swing it because it's not gonna be that dramatic. Okay, and then let me grab another 2 from the bottom over here. Okay, last one. Okay. That's 2. Okay, so we'll do 2 more. So I think we'll have a total of 5. So let's get this guy folded. I may need to rethink because it's not as wide as the other ones. So yeah. So this is the one that didn't have the score. So of course it's giving me a longer, this is why I advocate for having that score. It's pretty much the same. Okay. Where's the acetate? All right, we're gonna just glue this bad boy on here. So let's go right here. Okay, so if you are a subscriber, long time standing or new, thank you so much for being here and for subscribing. If you have any kind of suggestion, I have ideas for mostly all of the letters. Well, actually for all the letters. Whether I'm happy with the ideas, that stands to be what we have. Well, we shall see what we shall see. So if you have a suggestion for some letters, and I would say, you know, something past like the A, not the A, something past like the first week. So something in the next week, which is anything after E, that would be something that you wanted to throw in the comments and suggest. Hey, why not? Maybe that's what I'm doing, or if you suggested it and I use it, hey, I'll give you a shout out for that. So yeah, so here we go, right? So, you know, gotta get that engagement on the activity on the channel, right? Just talking to another friend YouTuber who has reached her 1,000 plus, but doesn't have the watch hours because people are leaving. So what makes you leave, guys? I would love to know, because I don't want you leaving. I'm not, you know, listen, I don't think I'm gonna become, you know, a 7 Plaza or Crafty by Tony by any standards, or even some of the other bigger names. So now this is like a little short, don't bother me. Let's grab 2 more. All right, are those the regular height? No. 2 more of the big ones. 1, 2. And yeah, what makes you guys pop off? Is it just we're done with the project? I think if we're done with the project and we want to say goodbye to you, you should still kind of hang on because it does affect our analytics. And like I said, by no means am I trying to become a millionaire, but it would be nice to, you know, monetize for a little bit of supplementation to the expenses. Because if you are a crafty person, even if you're frugal, you still know, paper is not cheap anymore. So that's it. Now I'm using these, but another idea would be if you had book pages or music sheets. It's a little bit of a piece of something there. I mean, it's a half an inch. It could be something that adds to the decoration of the pocket. You can do a batch make of, let's say, you know, 10 of them with book pages, 10 of them with music pages, 10 of them with coffee dye. Maybe you have your favorite digital that you have that's kind of neutral enough, but it has a little something, something that you enjoy. You know, cut it down. You have a half an inch strip of, you know, visual to kind of put there and have to integrate into your, you know, the journals. Now I wouldn't use cardstock. I would use something that is printed on regular paper because you know, you want to be able to fold it. Once it's on there double layer, it holds it up pretty good, you know. So that's something to consider. It's thin enough that it's not going to take up too much bulk. So that's another thing, right? And look, it's only been about 20 minutes. You had my intro, my little hello, the explanation of what we're doing, and we've already made 5. Okay, so we're going to stop after the 5th one, and we're going to decorate a couple, and we're going to see what kind of things we could put on here. I already know, I think florals would be lovely. Doing a couple of Edith Holden journals, so if I need an extra pocket here and there, something a little different, you know. But acetate can be very versatile, right? You can do not only pockets with it, you can do, I should have thought about showing you a lot of different things with it versus making 5 pockets. Again, is that something that would have been more interesting, you know? Let me start asking like a million questions to you guys, and then it's like, you know, nobody answers anything. You know, you can make this into a flip out. You can score acetate. It will get sometimes that white line, but you know what? It doesn't matter. You know, it's the score. It's the score that's being there. Or you put a piece of paper as well, if you don't like the way that that looks. Or you cover it with washi, that white little line that you usually get when you score. All right, so we have made 5 pockets in a relatively easy amount of time. Probably could have done it in less if I would have shut up my face. But here we go, right? We can just stack them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put them in my stash. I'm ready to go. But I'm going to grab my little book here of stickers. Let me raise you back up a little bit so I don't snap you in the face with the book of stickers. And then I can go in here and I can place stickers on the front of it, right? And have a nice little something going on there, right? So I can do something like that. Let's say I like, here we go. We can do, for the first part, we can do one of those. Let's see what's on the other side. Oh, I'm doing a themed journal, right? If you guys already won't know just yet, but I'm doing a themed journal, so a rose would be lovely for that. That'll be announced soon. And I'll be doing some videos on Sundays to fill up the gaps of today's of the thing. Ooh, we're gonna stick, oh, we have another one that kind of goes with it, sort of. So we'll put another one there. I know I'm doing all flowers. I'm just trying to make it simple, guys, simple. And we'll put 2 of these guys here together. And Yeah, I don't think there's anything else right here. No, these are extras. So we've got this leaf is trying to escape. Okay, so let's see here. So I don't mind it going onto the brown. I think that that's cool. Let's bring you down, right? And a lot of times our stickers are kind of shiny, so being on acetate is actually a pretty decent thing. Okay. So here we go. Just want to keep our fingerprints out of it as much as possible. Now it is the same flower, so I'm going to lower it a little bit. I think I need to turn this too. I mean, I lost a lot of light. Hold up. Is that better? The glare, guys, the glare. Okay. I put this over here. So like on the peripheral, so that way when we go to glue it down, we can see what's in it, and it's going to be right there. I'm going to trim off this little bit. Okay. So we have one pocket done, right? And so that's done. I mean, you know, for what I'm doing right now, right? Do we have the possibility of putting other kinds of stickers on there? Of course. We could put other stickers on there without a problem, right? Oh, let me show you some stickers that I did here. Hold up a second. Let's see. Maybe I printed out some stickers on acetate, like clear sticker, vinyl sticker paper. Let's see, do I have anything? This guy kind of looks like this, adjacent. Let us put this guy here. Okay. Again, sticking him on top of the paper as well. Okay, and then let's take this clear sticker and see how that works out. Let's just put it right there. It's a fun little addition to this, right? Okay, so let me get something. Well, let me just get another piece of paper. So we have this guy right there, right? And dust is your enemy when it comes to this. And let's say this is your tag, then you slip it right there, right? You can still see your tag, and you can see all this right there, right? So you may say to yourself, well, why are you doing this? Because also this is much easier to do acetate. So, you know, we had to hold it and whatever. This would be like, boop, 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 some glue down, and Bob's your uncle, right? So that's why. Let's do our little rose. I think I'm going to put it on this side for some variation. And then I'll put this pocket with my project. Okay. Just like that. Lovely. And I think I probably will have other things that I could put on this side. A different type of sticker, a washi, something else. Here we go. Let's do another one of these guys. Okay, let's put that over here. Okay, and I really like the sticker being clear on top of the clear pocket. I think it's a nice thing. Okay, and these are not the same, but let's find something maybe that I could put with it. I'll put this guy. He's all right. And I'm just going to put this over here. This time I'm going to put it half on, half off, just because why not, right? Give me a little more space to visualize. Okay, and so we have this pocket, and now let's do our leaf. Okay, and since it's a leaf, I think I'm going to go and put it as if it's coming down from here. I think that would be cutesy, right? Cute, 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 cute. So here are our pockets, guys. Let's just get some paper so that way you can see what we got going on here a little bit, right? So we've got our pockets, and you know, they're preliminarily, I just put trash in my little bin. No, basura, no. They're preliminarily, can't say the word, decorated, waiting for more decoration. I'm trying to come over here and see if there's anything else that we could incorporate, just because one second. Hold my stickers in one place, but I gotta reach. Oh, so like for example these, right? I could, let's do a little bit more to this that will go in line of what I was thinking. And the gold would be lovely. So I think I'm gonna do my little gold over here, which goes with kind of what's happening in this journal, right? So you do have options. You could put other types of stickers on here. I think I need one other little thing here. Let's just do this little, let's throw this little cancellation thing across it. Okay, so that's done. Let's call that one done. Let's see if we can put some labels here. So here we can take out some washi labels, right? And let's see if I could find something that's a little narrower. I think that would be cool. Okay. Oh, we've got something that says darling on it, right? Let's merge it with something else. Okay, sorry, I'm quiet. I'm looking. Let's use some green. I don't know. Why not? Let's just find something that we're just gonna layer it. So let's grab this guy. Okay. So we're gonna put this one here, and then we're going to put this one there. Okay, and then we have our sticker. Anyway, guys, it's been 30 minutes for me videotaping from my hello and a couple of seconds from my intro. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this gives you an idea. I hope you get inspired to go and look in the thrift stores for those acetate sheets that the teachers have given away because we no longer have those machines. Now everything's on a smart board or on a presentation. So, but for us in the crafts, this is a nice little way to add to our journals. Let me show you. Let's try. So here's one of the journals I've been working on. Let me open her up to a page. Let's say here, right? And let's say I didn't want to cover too much, or if I didn't want to cover that, but I wanted to add to it, I could pop this on there and you can still see the floral behind it. I think that would be cute. Or I could put it over here on this page and it'd be cute, right? And oh, it's a pocket. How cute. So yeah, so any kind of like page, you know, it could definitely be incorporated to this, like, right? So I like this page because it's a medical form and it has like this pinky and a coffee dyed, but it says insurance claim. This will hide it a little bit and then it feels a little more like, okay, it's usable. Anyway, guys, please, if you're new, subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. Thank you so much. And until the next time, which will be tomorrow, I will see you then. Ciao, ciao. Bye.